Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Monday, the 29th of August, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, SKN Patriots and Barbados Royals champions. And in our feature for this evening, two Division stars return home. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back. Well, I'm back, and we start with cricket. An intense battle between Barbados and the Leeward Islands signaled the closing phase of the exciting 2022 Under-19 Regional Cricket Championship. Barbados batted first and scored an impressive 279 for 8 declared, with Seeley getting 96 and Roberts 65. Onaje Amri of Nevis bagged 4 for 84. Leewards in response made 250 for 8 declared, with Carlon Boyne Tuckett top scoring with a well-played 68. Barbados in the second turn at crease, 76 for 9, effectively all out, and giving the Leewards a victory target of 106 to win in just over 30 overs remaining in the day's play. The Leewards batsmen made a dash for the total initially and soon found themselves in dire straits. At 49 for 9, it took a Herculean defensive effort by Nathan Edward and Onaje Amri to play solidly until the umpires pulled the bails to signal the end of the match. The Leewards then 51 for 9, but securing a draw and the championship trophy based on their overall point standings. And so we say congratulations to the Leeward Islands Under-19 cricket team. Meanwhile, not so good news for the Under-15s. Barbados were crowned winners of the West Indies Rising Stars Championship when they defeated the Leeward Islands Under-15 team in the final round of matches at the Grenada National Stadium on Friday. The Bajans won the 15-over per side match by 16 runs to top the table with 18.4 points. They played unbeaten throughout the tournament. Barbados batted first and made 73 for no loss of 15 overs with solid knocks of 31 from Shem Sargent and 29 from Kemar Dixon. In response, the Leewards got to 57 for 8 with the top score of 22 from Tonis Francis, which came off 26 balls. Speaking after the match, coach Rohan Nurse said he was pleased with the teamwork, which led to the side's triumph. Over in St. Kitts, the Barbados Royals women convincingly placed their names in the history books when they defeated Trinbago Knight Riders in the grand finals of the 60 tournament at Warner Park on Sunday, 28 August. Batting first, the Haley Matthews-led team could only muster 65. However, they bowled and fielded exceptionally well and defended their total stoutly. Eventually, the DeAndre Dottin-led Knight Riders succumbed at 50 runs, thus handing the Royals the grand trophy. And in related news, in front of a fair-sized and vociferous crowd at Warner Park on Sunday, 28 August, the home team, St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, ramped home to victory in convincing fashion, even though the boundary to seal the issue was struck in the final over by Christopher Gale. We are talking about the 60s tournament. The Trinbago Knight Riders batted first, and due to really good bowling and superb fielding by the SKN Patriots, could only manage 84 for 6. Skipper Evan Lewis top scored with 32, and Andre Fletcher, the Spiceman, as he did in the semi-finals, was not out at the end, as the home team got to 85 for 3 in 9.4 overs. It was some celebration afterwards, and the home fans savoured every moment. Now to football, the under-17 St. Kitts and Nevis boys team departed the Federation on Saturday to participate in the Concacaf under-17 Championship Qualifying Tournament. Let's get this SKNFA report.
Members of the St. Kitts and Nevis boys under-17 team, along with their coaching and technical support staff, left the Federation on Saturday to the Dominican Republic to participate in the Concacaf under-17 Championship Qualifiers, which get underway on Tuesday. Players were seen with their family members joining hands in a word of prayer at the RLB International Airport before they checked in on their flight. Coach Alexis Morris is pleased with the preparations ahead of the tournament and is looking to see a good performance from his team. He also pleaded to fans here in the Federation to follow the progress of the team during the tournament.
Well, yes, I think I'm pretty satisfied. The last 2 weeks we have been putting in some work in terms of the phases of play. We look at some phases of play in terms of attack and defense, the team shape, etc. And the last week we would have been doing some set plays for and against. And so we just have the icing to put on the cake once for the next training there before our first game on Monday. And we'll be pretty okay. So I think the team is in good start, they're in good pinker form, and so I believe that we will do well. Goal scoring for me, that is a big threat for us. I mean, I know that is how we win games, and so therefore we are looking to go out there and to execute all that we have done. We have done a lot of things that have asked us to get forward and to push forward and to execute goal scoring opportunities, and we just have to once we get the guys in front of goal, I believe that we are going to do what we have been practicing all the time, and goal scoring for me. And at the end of it, of course, being able to keep as much clean sheets as we can, and once we are able to do that, then I think that we would have achieved the objectives that we are setting out, and so we are looking forward to basically challenge for a spot into the next round. Well, definitely we'll be sending home the link so that everybody could know how to log on to the games, and we want you to be the 12th man, and your support is very tremendous. Just send a word or two to the guys, keep them in high spirit, and we just want you to just, as we say, echo their sentiments to the guys, and hope that at the end of the day that the best team would go forward, which I believe would be the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Meanwhile, two of the players, Jamal Lewis and Vionre Francis, talked about their experience representing the Federation.
Feel perfect and awesome representing St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yeah. First time doing this?
No, second time.
Okay, so you're accustomed to this?
Yeah, you see. Well, the training was hard. Then Coach Maurice giving us a lot of work, make us better. The training make us feel good. So go out there and perform.
Feel ready?
Yeah, I feel ready.
Yeah. Not daunted by any of the teams that you're going to be playing?
Never. Come from St. Paul and Saris. Never. Last year I went, I didn't get to score, so I have to redeem myself and score.
I feel very excited for my second time playing national level. I'm ready. I know the team are ready. I will do good. Yeah, everything have gone well. Training has went well. We're doing good. Intensity. They are very good teams, and that we will not back down. We will go for the challenge.
The young Sugar Boys play the Cayman Islands, Dominica, and hosts the Dominican Republic in this tournament. The top 4 teams in the tournament will qualify for the 2023 Concacaf Under-17 Championships.
Well, thank you so much, Andre. We go to break, and when I come back, we'll have our feature for this evening.
My wife and I have been in the Caribbean, living, working, traveling for the better part of 40 years. 9 years ago, we ended up on Nevis, and we're very glad we did. Decided to move here permanently a few years ago. Beautiful beaches that are virtually empty, so the beach is like your own. The experiences as an investor was quite seamless, actually. It's the local people were a joy to deal with, very positive. That's one of the highlights of Nevis too. Just wonderful people to deal with. What's keeping us here is the way of life. One of the big reasons is because it still has a feeling of being somewhat undiscovered. It's quite an eye-opener that there's still something like this exists on this planet. The local produce, what they normally call ground provisions, are outstandingly good. Tomatoes in particular are wonderful. They still taste like a real tomato. We can source most of our produce for the restaurant locally. We've got a handful of farmers we deal with, and even the roadside people on the market have great product. We're developing our restaurant into a 12-month business as opposed to a 6-month business. The local people enjoy going out just as much as the tourists, so it's very rewarding to get local people coming to the restaurant in a good number and getting a nice balance. As I say, it's been gratifying and rewarding.
Well, I'm back, and tonight cricket is in the spotlight. The two Nivision Under-19 cricketers who represented the Leeward Islands team in the recent regional Under-19 tournament returned home last evening to a hero's welcome. Thanks to Edison Paris and NTV, we bring you these excerpts.
Special good night to everyone. It's a pleasure being here this evening to welcome home two of our ambassadors in Carlon Tuckett and Ajay Amwe, who just completed a successful tournament with the Leeward Islands Under-19. I want to congratulate the entire team, but a special congratulations to these two young men who would have made Nevis proud. I'm now going to ask the President of the Nevis Cricket Association to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Director of Sports. And the Nevis Cricket Association, we have tried to get cricket back in Nevis at a level, at a competitive level. And as such, we were always excited when we had 5 players make the West Indies Under-19 trials. And when 3 of those players went on to make the West Indies side, which competed in the last World Cup. Now these two to my right, Onaje, who got the most wickets, and Carlon, the successful captain, and it's the first time that we're winning in nearly 20 years at this level. So we have to say congratulations to both of these players for playing really good cricket. During the tournament, I tried my best to stay in touch with them. So I would send them messages and they were quite courteous. I think even when they thought I was irritating them, they didn't show any disrespect, so they were quite courteous. And Director, I want to tell you that we as an association met a couple of weeks ago, and we decided that in order to make sure that we have good representation at the Under-19 level at the next World Cup, that we are going to make sure that our Under-17 team plays in the competition, in the Nevis Cricket Association competition. So they will play as a team, and they will still play for their own teams, because we want to make sure that, having set the benchmark of 5, that we don't do less than sending 5 to trials the next time around. So I just want to thank them publicly. I've already thanked them privately, and to wish them all the best, and to tell them that just like their parents are always beside them, the Nevis Cricket Association will always be there for them. We not just come to see them return when they win, but every time they are going away, we send representation to make sure that they know that they have our support.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for those words. And I would like to just applaud the Nevis Cricket Association for their continued commitment to the development of our players. I now ask our Minister of Sports, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, to bring brief remarks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Claxton, Director, and I'm indeed delighted and honored and privileged and humbled to be here this evening as we welcome home, as Jamir rightly put it, 2 of our young ambassadors, our sports ambassadors, our cricket ambassadors, who have done themselves and the island of Nevis extremely proud during the tournament in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Of course, you would have heard that Carlon was indeed the captain, the successful captain that brought home, lifted that trophy for the Leeward Islands Under-19 tournament. And of course, we also had Onaje, who was a part of that team, and he was very successful, and he was the most successful bowler during the tournament with the most wickets. And so I think what Carlon and Onaje did was indeed for all of Nevis, and all of Nevis ought to be proud at this time. And so we are delighted to welcome them home, to tell them we are so very, very proud of them, and we want them to continue to stay focused and continue to rise to the next level. We are very confident with what they have achieved in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that they can continue and go to the next level and make it to the West Indies senior team. Of course, we have seen what both cricketers have done locally, what they have done regionally, and of course what they would have done internationally on the West Indies Rising Stars Under-19 team as well. Of course, I want to say that the department and the Ministry of Sports, we are always there supporting our young cricketers, and we commit to continuing that support to ensure that they continue to do well and continue to make Nevis proud. I also want to salute the proud parents, because I know how proud the parents are, the Tuckets and the Amories, for rallying with their children and always being there for them. And of course, I believe because they have been such a strong support, such a great support system, why these young cricketers continue to shine like that. So, Carlon and Onaje, I want to say congratulations from the Ministry and the Department of Sports. Once again, we are very, very, very proud of you, and we know that you have a lot more in store, and you will continue to shine. So from all of us in Nevis, congratulations, and God bless you. Continue to keep flag of Nevis flying very high. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. We'll now hear from the successful captain, Mr. Carlon Tucker.
Well, good night again, everyone. First, I just want to thank God for the team He has given me and the ability to work with the team, helping us to win a tournament. This guy to my right played a very, very, very important role. Sometimes he makes, I would say, all the time he makes life easy as a captain because he's a bowler that I can go to. I know that we can get a break to contain that end. And also not only Onaje but the team on a whole. Everyone who played, everybody had a little part to play, and I just want to thank them for that.
Thank you, Mr. Kake. I would like to end by just thanking on behalf of the players, parents, the association, any other persons and individual or group would have played an important part in the development of these young men. As I mentioned earlier, they are ambassadors for Nevis, and most persons who were involved in the development are integral to representing interests. So thank you to all persons, including the parents especially, who have played an important role in bringing these young men to where they are.
Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.